Welcome to the Riff. Today, Jeremy sits down with Brad Fox and Jeremy Alvarez, also known as the Golden Duo, to talk about the future of the Nixa campus. A lot of exciting things are happening at that campus, and we hope this episode is helpful and hopeful. Thanks for listening.
Well, welcome to another episode of the podcast, sponsored by Great Value Purified Water. And, well, it's not technically sponsored, but that's what we're drinking. Hope you're having a great day today, wherever you're joining us. We are excited that we have some time with you. I want to talk today about a vital part of our vision and mission here at North Point. That's how do we create safe places for people to find and follow Jesus, and in doing so in our multi-site strategy. And I have two of my friends that I get to work with us today, and they have something in common, and I'll let us figure that out. But I want to introduce Brad Fox. Brad, say hi to all of our listeners.
Hey, it's great to talk in front of both of you, or all of you, or whoever is listening today. I know it's kind of a big deal having Jeremy and Brad here. So
yeah,
thank you for joining.
It's the BJ Squared show here. And Brad, I am just thinking aloud. This is the first. Is this the first time that we've had you on our Riff
episode
podcast?
61?
Right. We've tried 3 other times, but we had to cut them each time because it wasn't. So.
I kept getting the phone calls and texts. I'm like, can't today. I'm sleeping.
Well, we're thrilled to have you on the show.
It's good to be
and
here.
If you're not watching, you are missing out because that's a snappy shirt. I like that shirt. So, Brad, welcome to the show.
Today is yours.
Jeremy, you've been on the show before.
I've been a guest.
By popular demand.
I've been a host.
3 different family members of yours ask if we can have you back on. And so
I'm sorry that my mom got your number.
That's all right. That's all right.
She does that. Yeah.
It's good to have you.
Yeah, it's good to be back.
Okay, so what you all have in common, you all worked together for how long?
3.5 years.
Yes, we did.
Yeah.
3.5 years. And we have here, this is just this is like the Mount Rushmore of Nixa campus pastoring right here.
Wow.
Now, to be fair, Tim Perkins did launch as campus pastor.
I know Tim.
Yeah. I do too.
Yeah.
And have you met Tim yet?
We're Facebook friends for a long time.
So we all know Tim Perkins. So I would say we at least have 2/3 of the Mount Rushmore mountain here.
Yeah. For
sure. But hey, what I want to do today, I want to talk about just kind of the journey of the Nixa campus, and even bigger than just the location, Nixa, because we have a vision for all of our campuses that we would look for opportunities to be able to create safe environments. And we are in the middle of a building project. We're going to talk about the building project. Really what I want all of our North Pointers to hear, a couple of reasons of why would we do something like this, to how they can be involved, because today we're talking about Nixa. Next year, we might be talking about Republic, another campus, these type of things as well. So let's start by saying, Brad, we've known each other for a long time back when we played college basketball together.
Yeah, we were great. Great team. Stockton, Malone a little bit.
Yeah. How many, you never passed me the ball, though, in college basketball.
Because you wouldn't shoot.
Well, I wasn't on the team, technically.
Well, you're in the crowd.
I was in the crowd. So Brad and I did go to college together. He was a really good college basketball player, and I think I was a very peppery fan.
You were great.
I was great. And so, Brad, we know each other forever. When 10 years ago, we got to Nixa, and just really thinking through like, okay, man, I think this community just really reflects our friends, the Foxes. And when we had an opening to bring you to the team, instantly I was thinking, okay, I wonder if the Foxes would consider this. You just bought a new home over in the Seattle area, and you flew out. What did you think about Missouri? Had you been to Missouri before?
I had been to Missouri one time before for basketball.
Okay.
My wife, we were just having that conversation this morning. She had to look Missouri up on the map to see where it was. She knew it was somewhere over this way, but not quite how far. And we showed up, and it was like 3 days of, I think it rained.
Yeah.
All 3 days, really hard.
It was summer, so it was intense rain.
Father's Day weekend, so that was great. And people here were like, well, I heard it rains a lot in Seattle. And I'm thinking in the last 3 days, it's rained as much here as it did Seattle the whole year, because it all comes down at once. And just driving around the community, though, you guys gave us some tours, and we drove around, walking into restaurants where people greet you rather than what do you want. It's like, this is this is something a little bit different. And,
I didn't take you to Casper's. I think you might get that
I
experience.
still haven't been there.
Yeah, that's
so
if you like the what do you want,
yeah,
there's still an opportunity.
What do you want? What are you doing? So we fell in love with Nixa right away, and there was no way that we'd ever consider not taking the position. We knew before we left that we were coming back. As long as you guys liked us, we liked you a lot. So,
Man, I feel like a third wheel here.
No, I mean you like us too, right?
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
It's all of us.
Yeah.
Raiders fans always feel left out of conversations. It's weird. So
This is true. So we got Chiefs, Raiders, Seahawks, the old AFC West here. But you were campus pastor for 8 years.
yeah, a little over 8.
Campus.
Yeah.
And tell us a little bit about what you're doing now.
I'm coughing. Right now, I am in a brand new role called Development Director, which is something that we kind of came up with and created, and care pastor. So what I'm doing is I'm helping develop future plans for ways that we could extend our reach into different communities. Right now, Nixa is obviously building a brand new building, so that's where a lot of my focus is trying to come up with creative ways to resource building that building. So lots of meetings with folks, and also the care pastor part is another little side thing that I get to do, just working with a lot of people on staff and coaching, and whether it's weddings or funerals or pastoral care, those are things I really love and care about. So those are that's kind of the job in a nutshell, and it kind of evolves as we go, and I love it.
That's great. Yeah. And I also know you are our point person for all things partnerships, and with all of our give back opportunities out there, and partnerships with Convoy and
Pregnancy Care Center.
Great value drinking water.
Great value.
You got that. He landed that.
We only have to pay them $15 a month. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And they give us 12 bottles. So
hey, when you know people, you know people. So
that's awesome. Yeah. So along that journey, and we started having this conversation, towards the end of last year of, hey, this is a need for our church to really focus on, hey, that's development and opportunities. And then we realized, okay, hey, with this campus pastor transition, and when Jeremy was going to be the campus pastor, you guys knew each other. And so, Jeremy, what's it been like transitioning? You've been at the Nixa campus for 4 years now.
Yeah, working, yeah.
But what was it like transitioning into the role you currently have, following a legend like Brad Fox? How does that happen?
That is difficult, but not in a bad way. It's hard to follow that act for sure. But one of the upsides is he's not far. He still lives right down the road, and we remain great friends. And so if I'm encountering a situation that I haven't encountered before, he's usually one of my first phone calls. Or if I'm like, hey, I saw this name come across, this deal, I'm having trouble remembering who they are, where they're plugged in, all that. He usually knows.
Right.
Brad just he's got this giant Rolodex and knows it very well, knows it forward and backwards. And so, so having him as a resource has been pretty great. And it's been one of the things that Brad did very well is he handled all the really pastoral side of things really gracefully, just almost effortlessly. And there's times where I feel like I'm drowning. I'm like, gosh, we have so many people and so many needs. Right. And so on the care side, Brad's really helpful with that. He really kind of helps. He helps us younger guys just know what to do.
Is that hurtful, Brad, when he says us younger guys?
I think he was talking about all of us, wasn't he?
Yeah, collective. It was collective. Yeah.
Thanks.
Us younger guys.
Yes.
He's just leading us.
He's an old soul in this.
Yeah, for sure. But that's been very helpful. We've got a great team at Nixa, so that's been helpful. We've having been in the connections operations role for 3.5 years previous to taking this role. That's definitely helped me because it's not like there's a litany of things I don't know about the campus, and so that's helpful. And we've got great people. The people of our campus are so great, so supportive. I had, my insecurities made me very nervous walking into it. It's just gosh, man, what if we lose people? What if we shrink? What if we lose 2/3 of our people overnight? Those were real fears of mine. But
mine too, man.
I was sleeping like a baby during this whole time. It's great.
But But the in-person reassurance, running into people at the store in the neighborhood, at schools and stuff like that, and just people saying like, "Hey, we're just excited. We're on your team. Let us know if you need anything." The phone calls and text messages and emails and all that stuff has been really great.
Right.
And like I said, the team, I don't think we've really missed a beat. One, because of access to Brad still. Two, because we've got a great team. Three, we have phenomenal people at our campus.
Right. Now, multi-site, one of the things we have different communities. We have 4 different campuses now, and most North Pointers probably are aware of that. But every campus is unique, right? Yeah. So, we've got the Dream Center campus, and the Dream Center is a whole nother amazing significant part of what North Point's all about. And then the Dream Center campus specifically that Andy leads. You've got the Springfield campus, you've got the Republic campus, and Nixa. All of them are tied together through a vision, tied together through a lot of different systems, processes, but everyone has different personality. How would you guys describe the personality of Nixa, the Nixa campus?
Nixa is really, if you're looking at the different campuses, I think Nixa and Republic are align a lot because they're in a community, in smaller communities, and they're
that one high school town kind of.
Oh yeah. They kind of gather around events and gather around each other, and they have a great community pride.
Right.
Great people in Nixa. Mm-hmm. Of course, you got people that drive over from Ozark or down from South Springfield or all sorts of places around the area.
Up from Blue Eye.
Up from Blue Eye, yeah. We got a lot of televangelists that come up from there, so it's great. So it's the community is, we talk about being a safe place for a family. Right. There's great young families there. There's great people that are in middle age, and then some of us older people too. Is what I realize.
Thanks, Jeremy.
It takes everybody though in a community like that, and they really rally around a lot of the things that we do, and people are just enamored with this idea of the new campus. So
yeah, I think one of the things that I try to remember is, Brad has said something that in the past that stuck with me is that we focus on pastoring Nixa, not pastoring North Point. That we really look to push in to the community rather than waiting for the community to come to us. And whether that's being present at, things that your kids have going on at school or, Friday night football games or, being part of the Chamber of Commerce and things like that. Those give us great opportunities to have, those connections with people because we're inevitably going to run into people that are part of the church or are thinking about going to church. I think one of the coolest things that we've had happen is, because of the efforts in the schools, we've had teachers tell us that hey, I've got coworkers, I've got other teachers at work that, they're not church goers, but they've said to me, if I were ever to go to church, I would probably go to North Point.
Yeah. Right.
So stuff like that is cool. It's a good opportunity. But yeah, this smaller town, that one high school community vibe is definitely very, very strong, but it's growing at the same time. Yeah. It's growing rapidly. I just got an email yesterday. I asked a question of the city just related to the development around where we're building, and the two new developments. At the east corners there at Tracker in Maine, there's going to be 174 housing units just on those two corners, possibly more because they might turn one of the single families into multifamilies. Plus, you've got the other apartments that are on the southwest corner. That's well over 100 units as well. So we're going from we have an opportunity to be walking distance to hundreds of families here in less than a year. So we'll not only have the community feel, we'll also have the neighborhood access too, where the sidewalk's going right up to our door. So that'll be cool.
We've started talking about building a while ago. We were leasing that strip mall, a portion of the strip mall, and over the years, continue to take a little bit more of the strip mall, a little more of the strip mall, and finally the entire thing. We didn't take
it. It was gifted to us.
It was gifted to us.
We had favor right there, so we didn't take it.
Yeah, that's true. And we've had such, you're right on that, is the favor that we've had from the owner has been, from every step in the process has been great. Even when we launched the building deal, the flexibility to say we can still lease this, all the way up till when we need it. So, but Brad, as we started looking at the shopping deal, you were part of that process of, I don't know how many places we looked, Why are you excited we landed where we chose to get the property?
Excuse me. Well, I think we looked at a lot of places along the main highway 160 or Massey Boulevard, and people wanted a lot of money for those properties. And I know that we spent a lot of time in prayer and just seeking and kind of listening to God's direction in that, but also using some practical wisdom of, okay, what would be a great place to be? And when we came across the one on the corner where we're at now, everything just seemed to fall into place. So I know it took a little bit of time to process and communicate things through, but as soon as we got that communication from the owner and also more favor from the owner.
Amazing.
Which is great.
Tell us a little bit about that.
Names?
Well, I mean, whatever is just in the sense of how it became a match for us.
Perfect location.
Yeah.
Easy move. Great godly man who's selling it.
Yeah.
And hooked us up with a wonderful deal and was able to kick some back towards us. And with the price of land, what it was, I mean, if you look back on paper or you look back in the timeline, we bought a piece of property during COVID, back when the future of the church building, across the world was, why would you do that?
Everything's going virtual.
So the fact that we were able to do that and we were able to get it and pay for it was incredible. And it really shows the generosity of our community and the generosity of the North Pointers who made that happen. And they've continued to step up in different ways. But this was, I think we came in 2013, and by about 2016, I know that we were starting to talk. It's like, we're going to need something a little bit bigger one of these days. And we looked at, should we knock the walls out of this and, build this up? And it's just, parking was an issue. Location was a little bit difficult, and just building design. So we knew we needed to do something. So this is something that had been burning in me for a number of years now. So I'm super excited. I get to see it come through in this way. And I get to be a big cheerleader now for Jeremy and his team as they get to pioneer this new campus. And it's going to be a great building.
And okay, so talk to us a little bit, and maybe Jeremy start, and we're filling in any gaps there, but give us a little idea of timeline. Okay, so what's currently going on by the time we drop this? It's 1st of October. What's currently going on? What do we see? Just a general timeline.
Yeah, so the... excuse me. I'm catching whatever you're throwing out there.
I'm laying it down.
Yeah. We broke ground in June. Both ceremonially and in reality. So dirt started moving in
on
June.
A hot day.
On a very hot day
in June.
Yeah, you were absent. You were not sweating with us.
No, I said if it's higher than 75, man, I'll log in.
Yeah, online. Exactly. Thank you for jumping on the live stream. Broke ground in June, and they've been moving dirt around, getting everything where it needs to be. So at this point, we're ready. The pad is there. The pad is there. We've got electrical and plumbing situation figured out. And so concrete will be happening here pretty soon.
Maybe even by the time this is dropped.
Hopefully by the time it's dropped. This drops in October. So at that point, we will be kind of waiting on materials.
Yeah.
And so really we can be looking at steel and other materials dropping on site. We've already got Connex, storage containers out there. We've got construction like the office trailers out there. We've got, electrical and water meters and hydrants and all that kind of stuff. So things are changing day to day. If you drive by on Tuesday and then you drive by 24 hours later on Wednesday, it's going to look different. So things are changing rapidly. We've got a lot of dirt if anybody's interested in buying any. So we've got a lot moving around. And
have you tried Facebook Marketplace?
But everybody wants me to deliver.
No,
for sure.
Luke Bryan encourages everyone to buy dirt, so I think this should be something that people do. It's a country thing.
Does Luke go to our campus?
I think he attends as a kid.
Probably online.
Yeah, exactly.
He and Jason Bourne were in a Sunday school class together.
Yes.
So
gotcha. So October we're looking at materials, and then really, the structure starts to go up ideally, and then if we can get dried in, so if we can get a roof by winter, then construction can continue through the winter months, and then I could be a month or so off, but I think they're wanting to give us keys to the building like June, July of next year.
We are only going to officially say September. That way they were pleasantly surprised with us earlier.
Well, giving the keys doesn't mean we're ready to move in.
No, 100%. 100%.
So,
no.
So that just means
there's locks
on the doors.
2 months.
Yeah. So
I mean, but realistically,
but so we'll
I
have
think
that.
September is safe.
Yes.
It might even be earlier.
Yeah, and so we'll have, ideally have it would be great to have the summer months to, be moving stuff. Obviously we're going to be getting equipment, and furnishings, and stuff like that. In that couple month window, and so things will be moving, like things will be happening, like the team will be actively working, ideally in the summer months, starting to get, getting things prepared for the fall.
So far we seem to be on pace. Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
This is great. This is very exciting. Let's now the building's cool, but the building serves a purpose, right? The building is just a transport for our mission. But what does the building allow us to do that our current leased facility doesn't?
Well, I think one of the aspects when we started the building process was thinking, how can we be an asset to our community as well? How can we use our building for that? Mm-hmm. And I know a lot of people are probably going to be upset about certain things, like we're probably not able to bring the fountain over with us.
I know. Well, we're not.
I'm not giving up on that. I'm not giving up on that.
I've been whittling one in my garage though, so you'll see. It's going to be really cool. So it is the Mount Rushmore. So
that is good.
It'll be out front. So
is Tim coming in so you can you can sculpt his face?
Oh, he's coming in. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
So just being able to use it for community outreach stuff and for having like a community type room, or being able to host like a chamber event or whatnot. Mm-hmm. So I actually, back in the day, before Nixa started doing the building their performing arts thing, I used to stand on the wall watching my kids' elementary music shows or whatever. And I mean, I could never see my kid because we never got there on time, for us to get a good seat. But I was always thinking, if we had an auditorium that was big enough to help the school district, out with stuff like that, that would be incredible. So I'm always dreaming up these big things. And I wanted to add basketball courts and a swimming pool, and now probably pickleball courts. So, I mean, natural stuff, but just being able to be a resource to the community and be that safe place for people to find and follow Jesus. I love the combo there. Yeah.
So, now we have currently, how many can we squeeze in on without feeling like we're sitting on top of each other in our current auditorium?
Our fire capacity, our legal capacity is around 330.
Yeah, and that's we don't go over that.
Yeah, we don't ever go over that.
What would a comfort capacity be?
Comfort capacity, I mean, is probably like the low 200s.
Right.
It starts to feel really tight once we cross that 200. And because of the design of the room, it's flat, and it's not like you don't have a lot of room on the edges, and so because of that,
low roof,
it's just, it feels pretty claustrophobic.
This new facility will be 600.
Around there? I hope so. Yeah.
The kids space. Compare kind of the two kid spaces.
Yeah. So the right now we don't have a lot of versatility. That's one of the things that we'll gain. We'll gain a large gathering room, but then also classroom spaces that will be able to accommodate what we need currently, but then also be able to help us expand in the future. We'll also have a room for students to use, on Sundays, but then that large auditorium for kids will be versatile as well, where we can flip it and use it for students on Wednesdays. Right. And so it'll be like high quality, production equipment will be like because right now they use the auditorium, and so like them going over there when we move, it won't be a downgrade. It'll be all like outfitted with everything they would need to run a quality service for students on a Wednesday night, so 6th through 12th grade. And so we'll continue. I think we've always we do ingenuity pretty well at North Point. We do what we can with what we got. Yeah, and so we won't lose that part of our identity. We're going to continue to be good stewards. We don't need to have 3 auditoriums, on site. So if we can use one of them for multiple different, purposes, we'll do that. So that'll be a good part.
A couple of things that jump out to me that for me, I really think help our vision is this allows us during optimal time to double our optimal seats. Yeah. Right. So we're going to instantly be able to provide, with a smaller facility, we can have 17 services during weekend, but the truth is there are a few optimal times. Yeah. And if we can leverage those optimal times with more optimum seats, we're able to do that. Second thing, every month, while we were blessed to have that facility for as long and as flexible and favorable as we've had that facility, ultimately, every penny that we give every month goes up in smoke with no asset to come back.
Yeah.
And so we flipped the script in this way. And so I think this is going to be a way better long-term investment.
Yeah.
And then some people have asked, okay, well, is 600 seats too small? Because what happens if this campus grows to 2,500 one day? Well, I would say in a multi-site vision, we don't need to expand. We'd launch another campus, right? That's just kind of the thing. But this allows us to see what God's doing, even double and beyond what we're currently seeing, and be able to have room for the future. So I'm excited.
I think like one of the things, with that is like, you have, currently like when we do pack it out, it's like you've got that ceiling that you bump against because like you fill it up, but then, some people are like, man, it's not a comfortable experience.
It's not a great experience.
Very tight. And so,
unless you're a pastor and you love it.
Yeah, we love the energy that comes with that.
Ever.
Yeah, for sure. But with that, it's like the comfort level will go up, and so like we're not gonna have people like oh man, it's too full. Like it's too full for my comfort level, and so that'll be another. Obviously the money part of it is huge as far as investment, but then like that, like we'll be able to be better stewards of people that are coming for the first time when we have that.
Well, let me land with this. Is the last couple of minutes here, I really want to think about as a multi-site church, what we want to be is we want to be able to provide safe environments for people to experience Jesus, to find him, to follow him. And we believe that someone who's radically committed to their church might drive 20 minutes, 30 minutes, even 40 minutes to a church. But our target audience, going to church across the street is a big deal. And it's a lot easier opportunity, more realistic opportunity when there is a place in their area, in their general vicinity, where they shop, where they go to work, these kind of things, that they might check it out. They might not drive 40 minutes to a Northwest site if they live on the South End. Right. We will continue to launch campuses as long as that is a method of the vision, right? We're not committed to 5 campuses in 5 years or whatever it might be, but it certainly might be all those things as opportunity comes up and in this method it works. So one, for those who are in Nixa, what can they know that they're investing in as they give towards this? Because we're having an opportunity throughout this entire month where I'm asking all North Pointers to give a one-time gift. If they consider themselves to be a North Pointer, that means they know where they're coming next Easter, that they would say, I want to give a one-time gift. I want to talk about in 2 ways I'm asking this question. One, I'll ask to Jeremy, and then 2, I'll ask to Brad, the second one. But the first question is, why should a North Point Nixa person consider that investment?
I think, you talk, as far as, when we're talking about our mission to reach people, we're talking about, being the tree that Zacchaeus climbs, to get a better view of Jesus. This is that. You are 100% investing in giving people a better view of Jesus. And like I talked about, earlier, in the accessibility is going to change dramatically. Right now, we're not a walking, like you just don't walk to where we're at currently safely. And so to be able to walk to the campus, it changes the accessibility for a lot of people.
Up to 300 families.
And it changes the the impact that we can have in like non-Sunday stuff. Like if we're talking about summertime with the kids, just throwing a party in the parking lot and grilling some hot dogs and having an inflatable, like that kind of stuff, where like kids that are out of school, they see something's going on over there, and like we got music blasting and you can smell the grill going and you see inflatables, like kids are going to come check that out, right? And so with that is we are giving we're giving people a tree to climb so that they can get a better view of Jesus. And I think that's what every North Pointer should be excited about.
So Nixa, you're investing in your community, and man, I think it's going to be something that will be a great impact. So Brad, talk us through. There's a lot of people who are listening who don't go to the Nixa campus, and maybe they're like, that's great for Nixa. Why is this a great opportunity for any North Pointer to give, even if they don't go to the Nixa campus?
Well, I think a lot of it is investing in the future of North Point as a whole. Mm-hmm. So if I'm sitting here listening, I'm at the Dream Center or at the Republic campus or at the Springfield campus, I'm not necessarily thinking, oh, good for them, whatever. Yes, I'm thinking, I know that if I make an investment here, there's going to be another investment in the next thing. So our next thing would be probably a Republic building.
Right.
So what can we do now in order to make Nixa successful? And down the road when we find a place to build in Republic or a building to remodel, what are ways that we can invest or pay it forward? And it's weird how it has a way of the circles have a way of coming back around. So I think if we're generous in the way that we give, when we give with a heart that's like, I really want North Point to succeed, we'll have no reason to doubt that we're able to build multiple campuses in the future. Yeah. And I think as people give their best gift as we move forward, I'm excited about it. The conversations I've had with people, I'm blown away by people's generosity. Mm-hmm. I'm blown away by their plans of what they're going to give. Yeah. And it's exciting. I can't wait to see what the end of this month looks like.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So if people ask, are we going to have a campaign? And we've done a campaign before. I'm bad at them. And I'll tell you why, because I don't necessarily 100% get jazzed about it because we're in a multi-site setting where every year we're going to have something exciting. So here's what I would rather do. And we might have campaigns in the future, but I'm just saying for this, and in our thought is every year we're going to have something new. And the moment we stop having something new is probably a red flag that our mission is outdated. Yeah. But I hope next year we have something. If people are saying, didn't we give something last year to something? Yes, absolutely. Yeah. But what I want to do is say, hey, every North Pointer in the month of October, let's give one gift, whether it's $5 or 5 figures. I promise it will move the needle spiritually for somebody. Yeah. And so if you're listening, ask God to speak and just ask, hey, what can I take that you've given me and move towards something that would move the needle to give someone a better view of Jesus? Yeah. I promise we do that together. And every penny that we're able to bring in is less money we have to finance, which means we're able to be more opportunistic and we can go further, faster, even to the next phase of this vision. So North Pointers, every time you step up, thanks for doing so. Every weekend through the month of October, you'll hear about that. And there's lots of ways to give, whether it's online or text to give. All those options will have the Nixa, new Nixa building is the giving link there. And so encourage you to check that out. I can't wait to see what we can do together. We will have a time where we launch that campus, and we're going to see all these people who are able to use that as an opportunity to get a better view of Jesus. I can't wait for baptisms there. I can't wait for those stories, and it's all already started, and this is a big part of it. So, Brad, Jeremy, thanks for being our guests. And man, I hope that those of you who are listening, you enjoyed this. And if you're listening and you're like, man, I am parched, great value. Honestly, the whole episode.
And they have more than water.
Hydrate so you don't dehydrate. They have more than water? Yes. Don't they have like cereals and diapers and
cheese curls?
Yeah. Great value has a great selection for our great listeners.
Variety. Great variety.
All right. Have a great week, and we'll come back at you on a Monday coming up soon.
Thanks for listening to this episode of The Riff. We'll have a brand new episode every week, wherever you find podcasts.